Okay. Are we live? We are live. Alright. Hello guys, Tasso here, and today we're on part 6 of Pyre. So last episode we continued we did more liberation, we did more rights. I think we are getting close to the next liberation right. Oh yeah, we did one liberation right and managed to liberate Headwind after an intense battle. And then we just did more rights. And yeah, I think we're getting close to the next one. So let's get there and not waste any more time. Oh yeah, we just ended at the Alchemy. The Imp Island. Alright. Yeah, push there. Oh, Tizo. You find Tizo there in the black wagon looking rather more despondent than usual. When you attempt to reach out to him, he barely acknowledges you. Tizo indicates that he wishes to be left alone right now. No, Tizo, why? You almost run into Kay as you turn to leave.
May I discolor?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I was just wanting to come check on little Tizo there. I think maybe he's taken ill or something? On further inspection, it occurs to you that Tay is perhaps not off the mark, and that Tizo is unwell for some reason. Come on, Tizo, you're gonna be alright. You might be the smallest one of us, but I think you're the toughest. So, Mr. Dario, I think she's very tough as well. Does he have banishment sickness as well? Tizo appreciates the kind words, but still wishes to be left alone at this time. Oh, don't be silly, Tizo. You know I won't be doing that, don't you? Faye turns to you for a moment, lowering her voice. Miss? I think Tizo would like a little bit of privacy, if you don't mind. No, I don't mean to be rude. It's just, Tizo, well, I told him not to eat something. There was this, well, I think it was a mushroom, maybe? Growing in the corner over there? So, I see Tizo sniffing at it, and he's always hungry, and usually I try to feed him. But this time, I told him not to. Because, I know my mushrooms, and whatever that was, I think it was a mushroom, but it wasn't one I know. Well, Tizo ate it anyway. Tizo corroborates Tay's recollection of what happened. So, anyway, I think that he's going to maybe, well, cough it up, I guess? I think maybe any moment now? Because when I ate things I thought were mushrooms around here, I coughed them up as well. And they made me rather sick, kind of like Tizo over there. I hope I'm not being inappropriate because it's not polite, maybe? Oh, come think of it, Tizo. Why don't we go outside? It's raining outside. Because then I won't have to clean up after you. Like the last time when you ate something, I said maybe you shouldn't, remember? Tizo indicates that he remembers full well and regrets not heeding Tay's food-related counsel. Oh, don't worry, silly. If you take a nail, then I think you're going to be fine. Won't you have to walk outside with me? Because you're very tough. Tizo's beginning to look better already.
Leave it here.
You're my best friend, Tizo. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Or at least I'll try, okay? I don't think anyone could stop you from eating things, though. Then she snatches up Tizo in her arms and whisks him out of the wagon with her. You hear her call back to you over her shoulder. Bye, miss. I'll make sure that Tizo is alright. I promise, okay? Although the prospect of Tay administering medical assistance normally would give you pause, Tizo seems to accompany her willingly enough. The two have shared a rather close bond since Tay first made contact with the group. For someone like her, who has lived alone for so long, the friendship must be vital. And as for Tizo, he must be impressed that the non-native of the downside seems to know her way around food safety even better than he. Let's see, what do we have? SUNG-GRIES. Know you the sacred Mount Eldia, the highest peak within the lowest land, then know that it is no mere mountain, but the fractured bonework of the world titan himself, the Archbeast SUNG-GRIES. This once bog-dwelling companion military is too marked in the account of our ascent. 'Twas not a pleasant mountain hike, but a pitched battle, spanning 17 full moons. Finally, the 8 of us, we climbed atop the brow of old SUNG-GRIES. We merged our strength and struck the mortal blow, such that the Archbeast shattered finally to pieces. 'Tis no mere myth that from the Archbeast's eyes, the sugar pool emerged, the sole means of freedom from this land. Oh, let's do another page. I forgot what pages there were. Lord GANDROTH, a warrior of surpassing strength at Golantium. Single-handedly, he slew the serpent titan GANDROTH, which envenomed downside Pyre's veteran plains. Master General Golantian, he was undeterred by Lord GANDROTH's myriad attacks. His lashing tail, it hurled rocks the shape of swords, and thrice as sharp. His eyes reduced brave folk to mewling babes, but Golantian stood tall and brandished his tower shield, and sent Lord GANDROTH's fury back into his monstrous countenance. Now, Lord GANDROTH takes the shape of a stone bridge, conspicuous, and now, as well, you know the full, unguarded truth about his fearsome past and Golantian's glory. I need to remember where I've been. Usage, GANDROTH, SUNG-GRIES. Outside, Yomir, Deathless, Black Basin, Mount Olodale. Go, Yomir, Pauk, Kaimir, Lu, Solium. Try and unlock all the pages of the book. So I resetted my destination. Okay. So is it a grade of blue? Oh, it is. Okay, express interest. From metastasis, you can sway the coming right against the Pyre hearts in your favor here. Let's see what Kay has to say. You're beyond this Crystal 6 Sir Gilman. You have returned. How can I help you, if at all? What is on your mind? I thought I told you to be gone. She's pushing you away as she did before. Perhaps I ought to cease my services to you, if you insist on disrespecting my wishes thus. Would that sound good to you, O reader? Imagine not having access to the loathsome trinkets, which I grant to you. Imagine those idiots of yours having to get by without my tutelage. I can imagine it just fine, myself. I was a weapon, used to kill an emperor, attempt to kill him anyway. Now, I am, once again, a tool, being exploited, soon to be discarded. Go on, then. Leave me be. Go about your business, and let us pretend we do not know full well how this shall end between us. What shall you ask of Sandra? Certainly. Who shall be the target of my wrath then, would you say? Alright, Gilman. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Sir Gilman. You think that dimwit of a worm has any chance? Perhaps you are correct, though I put little stock in him myself. Though, let us bring him forth. Soon Sir Gilman appears in heat of the summons. As a reader, is this knight perchance in trouble for something? Yep, Operation Sandra appears and I fastened her mask. Listen well, Worm. You answer to me here. As you will, Your Highness. Your Highness, I like the sound of that, though flattery shall get you nowhere here. Demonstrate your competence to me then, Worm. You shall have to do it mostly on your own, though under the guidance of your lovely leader. I trust you are prepared. Of course, Your Highness. This knight accepts this challenge. Ah, shit. Oh, crap. There we go. Oh shit. Huh. The human is so fast. Ah. Oh crap. Ah. Ah. Crap, crap, crap. I'm doing so well as well. Crap. Curses! Laughable. The worm lacks any concept of his foolishness. I would tell you not to waste my time, Worm, but the truth is that my time is there for you to waste. You think you can do better than that? Yes, we can do better. Perhaps that worm of yours shall not fail so badly as before. Huh. Huh. Right. The human's jump is really far. Oh crap. Ah. Crap. Ah, I keep getting so close, but fail. Yes. Excellent. Another opportunity to prey upon the worm. Oh shit. Huh. Ah. Oh shit. Do one more. Huh. Yeah. Did it. Finally. Huzzah! This night prevails! I have no choice but to conquer the assessment, Worm. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Master Reader, this knight is humbled after having passed that sorcerer's test. Wow! By the skills of the other King Oris, what is that you have? You receive Oris as skill for completing the human trial. Flexing his coils, liberated. Explore Needlefield. Together with Tay, you venture forth into the untamed flora of Needlefield to ensure that the path is clear and check off anything for value. Why are we here? Why are we even here? I like to ask myself sometimes. You sense Tay's spirits lighten to some extent. The survey is brief and uneventful, leaving you time enough to pursue your vocations on your return. Oh. Parameter? You find Parameter by herself again, though her expression is grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, little darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you find there isn't pretty. Yes, something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny, but now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Perimeter is alone with her thoughts. Perimeter knows how to volunteer her thoughts more readily with something to share. Would that we all could simply understand each other without a need for words. Yes, what are you thinking? Perimeter seems to be inviting you into her thoughts. You remain there in that lonesome space with her. What is it going to take, I wonder, Tamita? Shall I just go ahead and kill them all? There'll be proof enough, perhaps, about my loyalties to you and our sisters. Perhaps I ought to start with this one right in front of me. The bond between you severs as Pyre opens her eyes and stares at you. Then she smiles sweetly and gives a gentle laugh.
Vastalantes.
You see, little darling, my thoughts are rather cumbersome at times. But do not fear, I have them very well under control. Still, thoughts being the loathsome thing they are, I nonetheless cannot fully suppress them. She exhales and looks askance. You know by now why I am in this mess with all of you. You could say I lack Tamita's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see our nation overthrown, or something worse, if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senselessness of it myself. Became a bit of a pariah, I suppose. I knew Tamita was going to get herself and others killed someday. So when she was to fly out on this one big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, the people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet, a chance is still a chance. Tamita was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they call it. I did not see it that way, and in my growing protest of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She fell silent for a while. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my decisions, regret my actions, but I do seek Tamita's forgiveness, and wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder which of them is the stupider. She brushes past you and out the wedding for now. Oh, the roster is updated. She was a talent ace of the hiring remnants who possessed the talent of her sisters, but not their single-minded zeal. She grew wary of the fighting, and decided she would put an end to it. Thus, when the critical battle approached, the Commonwealth was waiting, and her own blood sister was among the harps captured and clipped. She was more guilt-stricken by this turn than she expected. When she attempted to contact her blood sister in exile, she was told that she would stick her first hand and was exiled in turn. Crime, conspiracy. She made repeated attempts to make contact with enemy combatants taken into custody. Insurrection. The record said that she remained loyal to the hiring remnants despite claims to the contrary. She was here for 4 years. Veteran. She was born on the 31st of Edmund, suggesting she is practical and easygoing. Past talent. The fiercest squadron in the hiring remnants is the reason the blood border is thus renamed. Forage for resources. Primordial plane. Visible artifact. Celestial residue. Which is, yeah, let's get there. Stardust. Ooh, +6. Continue your journey. Back at the grid of blue. Oh, hey, it's you guys! And I was thinking, hey, I haven't seen those guys in a little while, and I wonder how they're doing, and if they may need to maybe purchase something? So, it costs more than I have. Oh, it costs 88. I have 84. Alright. Pleasure was all mine and dad's, you guys. Downside diseases. Downside diseases. Elements in the downside often give no warning when they strike. Those who keep moving and make no attempt to settle, they reduce their risk. The affiliations come in multiple varieties. In the box of flagging hands, a pallor tends to sink into the skin, and then into the mind. The nauseating sea of solids north of there is difficult for some to tolerate. Very hot or very cold environments bring their own specific side effects. My coat is not as lustrous now. My fangs are long. Like all aspects of the downside, all these ailments share a purpose to test your body, mind, and spirit. They only appear to harm. Accept them, surpass them, and move on. Spend soul to review more pages. Return to different regions. To test your landmarks. Prevail under the Titan stars. Prevail over your adversaries. Conduct liberation rites. Alright, let's commence the rite. As you await the stars, a form dressed in the raiment of the rite approaches you and Wolfred. You at first presume it is one of the next adversaries, the Pyre. Oh, but he cannot be one of them. Besides you, Wolfred starts something you have never seen him do. You observe the colors that he wears, and inverse of the Nightwings. Wolfred. Oh god, new voice. Wolfred Sandalwood. Wolfred, no. Wolfred Sandalwood. It has been a while. No, this cannot be. The demon unfastened his mask. It can. You perish. I watch you fall. You did. I grieved for years, yet now you live. I do. Although these horns, they grew longer. I could walk again. Unbelievable. Then, why are you here now, Oralek? Oralek, he's a former exile of the Nightwings, betrayed and abandoned in his moan of glory. You know full well, Wolfred, to reclaim what is mine by right. The demon Oralek leaves without another word, just as the stars above burst to life and seem to set the sky aflame.
Time Singer HARN. Unfathomed PLURNES.
Alright.
Reader, what lunacy is this? 'Twould appear the Nightwings are to stand against themselves this time around. This is a mutiny, in violation of the sacred law. The exile whom you face, Oralek. Long ago he had his chance, and he relinquished it. He cannot simply claim it now.
Back at the room, yeah.
I cannot preside over this nonsense. Good night.
Okay, even the guy is done, you see. Oh, what happened to the Pyre? The star showed we were to face them. They must have suffered a misfortune of some sort. Tempering the star's design is not permitted, Oralek. Cheating the worthy of their rightful liberty is not permitted either, Wolfred. You must know I took no part in that betrayal. Search your heart. Oralek says nothing for a time. Then, where are your raiments, Wolfred? I have refused to wear them since, in short solidarity to you. And to elude the void, I would suppose. Yes, that too. I see. You were never very good at this, anyway. We shall see if that new lot of yours is any better. You cannot be serious. What sense is there in us standing against each other? But Oralek puts on his mask and stands ready. I shall crush this lot of yours, Wolfred. You shall see that I am not so easily discarded, and you shall not deny my liberty again. Reader, the adversary whom we face, Aurelak, he is not one to back down. He was very experienced in the rites, even at the time, and so, beware. There was no one in his day who could prevail against him, and he appears even stronger now. I wish I had more valuable advice to give in this. I wish I had foreseen this. It's going fine. I need to decide who I need to use. Okay, I need quick refill. Such a triumvirate you have assembled, Wolfred. Then let us see what they can do. Come and face me, false Nightwings! Tizo. Tizo? Tizo fumbles with his mask. Tizo recognizes Aurelak and greets him tentatively. It is good to see you. Aurelak reaches for his mask in turn. How is the horn? Mended? Tizo indicates his horn has not bothered him for a long time now, and thanks Aurelak for it. Good. A full recovery, then. But it is unfortunate to see you standing there with them, Tizo. Come with us. No questions asked. The proposition seems to catch Tizo off guard. Tizo indicates that he will not abandon his friends or their quest. He seems to be pleading with Aurelak to stand down, to listen, to not give in to anger. But Aurelak shakes his head. He puts his mask back on. This is something I must do, little one. Tizo dons his mask in turn. He chirps nothing more. Ah, shit. Crap. Ah. Crap. Huh. So long as our pyre yet burns, this is not over. But come, now, let's put an end to it. Huh. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Oh. Whew. Yes. You who call yourself the Nightwings, it seems that you have learned something from Sandalwood after all. But you are the Nightwings in name only, and as for the right, it is a mockery of what it once stood for. All of this, a stain upon the legacy of the scribes. Wilfred looks on as Orlac departs without another word. Orlac, forgive me. Yeah, Tizo Games trying to harp the swallow for watching he do more than 7 damage. Because they were flinging at the beginning. For watching over and protecting him. Alright. Yeah. Orlac. He has changed. He has changed. Scarcely resembles now the one whom we traveled then. I am afraid so. I can only imagine what he has been through all these years. Orlac, as you can see, Orlac and I, we have some years in common. A story for another day. I need some time to look at how all these aspects are planned. 44%. Reader madam, Orlac is a principled person. This freedom was denied him when it was just in his grasp. A doleful tale. Wilfred shall tell you more of him in due time. Of that I have no doubt. For now, it seems the stars beseech you once again, outside. There, deep in the infinite dark, once more it seems that you see a single star shining brighter than the rest. The path to freedom beckons you again. Solium, the golden star. Orlac, Finium, the 23rd of 10th moon, 837 AS. Orlac, how is it that you live? And perhaps more importantly, what have you done? You're facing the chastity. Once more, then, onto the false Solium. Excellent. Our plan proceeds at pace. We need but continue to make good on all such opportunities the stars present, so much as possible. Then, our rank within the Commonwealth may yet grow strong enough that we shall sway the people toward our cause. It shall be difficult, but the people have their hearts and consciences, and the Commonwealth has long since lost its way. Never-ending wars with the hiring remnants, the passing of more sentences of exile than ever before, for increasingly more dubious cases. The burning of books, the outlawing of literacy, those are corruptions of the teachings of the scribes. Together, we shall prove it soon enough. Wolfred, sir. What of Orlac? Wolfred says nothing in response at first, but then Orlac appears to have his own agenda now. We shall have to try and keep an eye on him, although our plan remains the same. Anyway, we have a mountain which we need to climb. Let's all rest up a bit, if possible, this night. We fly at break of dawn. Kizo seems despondent following the confrontation with Orlac. Kizo is filled with mixed emotions at having seen Orlac again. Like Wolfred, he thought for sure that Orlac had perished long ago. Kizo is angry that Orlac acted so unfriendly with everyone. Then the little imp looks at you with sadness in his eyes, but says no more. He skitters up to the rafters. Aww. Nope. Unfettered PLURNES. In all of this once conquest, never has the Underking confronted such a foe as the Sea Titan PLURNES. That grand and hideous wretch presented night in unmistakable peril for whomever sailed or swam down the downside sea. Tales of a monstrosity spread long across the world. The Underking was undeterred. Nay, this one made it his life's mission to give her recompense. Emboldened, having felt her cousin Endriga, he drew her out of hiding and assailed the remains of Derzaban, the doomed ship with his sharpened prow, straight through her heart. Huzzah! The catastrophic detonation which ensued left no surviving witnesses, save one. The Underking survived to speak of it and write of it, which he shall do repeatedly. Time Singer HARN. The tempers ravaging the downside are the handiwork of the Time Singer HARN, known as the Sky Titan. The furious elements, they are his troubled dreams, manifested in this troubled land. We, the Eight, sought to cure him of his aim. We sought to cure him of his ailment, for his unrelenting and unpleasant dreams had long become our treacherous reality. One night we drew him toward the Rite of Flame, a stratagem of Solium's design. There, he was stricken by the stars and days, and overcome by their eternal shining glory. The Sky Titan thus bonded with the sky. The tempers which remain, they are but lasting traces of his waking dream. The Nightwings. Why is life without an adversary? If not for forces that conspire against the will, life would be void of its innateness, the desire to overcome. Thus, when we at last each fashioned a triumvirate based on our own ideals, we realized a void needed to be filled. As the night sky needs moonlight, we eight were united. Our triumvirate shared our affection. They needed us to set them all against a common foe. Thus did we form the Nightwings, a triumvirate, a vision that exceeds them all. Through both through means mortal and divine, and given undue favor in each turning of the cycle. They are the adversary we all face. Oh. They shall gain favor from the scribes. Then Tizo shall gain favor from the scribes. You land amid the splendors of Mount Alderdale, whose summit awaits the liberation rite. Thus begins our third ascent to the fall of Solium. My agents in the Commonwealth report our plan is proceeding. Let us strive again to liberate one of our own and raise his chances. Six Bertrud. There you are again, my lovely reader. How may I be of service? Talk to me, Sandra. Why are you doing this? Reaching out to me again, like this. I have been abandoned in this blasted rock more times than you could count, reader, and each time I have laughed it off, like so. She laughs. I fear it will be different this time. Before, I knew that someone else would come around and pick up where the previous idiot left off. But now? She scoffs, then falls silent for a time. Well, it seems there may not be a next time. There may not be a next time after this, if what I am to understand about the stars out there is even a half true. So then, I can anticipate an eternity of utter solitude without even the blasted right to keep me company. Understand that while I may be a preparation in a glass to you, I yet retain a shred of self, and do not happily foresee that outcome. And yet, you keep on coming back to me, like this. If this is all in the service of torment, then you are most cruel, O lovely reader. Commendably so, I have to say. So, then, am I to understand you wish to spend more time with me, thus? Knowing full well the stars are soon to put an end to this little affair. As if, in answer to a question, you feel what seems to be the beyond the crystal itself. The beyond the crystal seems to be pulling you away. Return to the crystal surface. The ancient sorcery that sentenced Sandra to this crystal prison is not something to be trifled with. There is Sandra for a little while longer. If you are able to provide some welcome company for her, then you shall do it. Yeah! You focus your mind and remain where you are, there, with Sandra, in the confines of the beyond the crystal. And remain there with her for some time. No words need to be exchanged between the two of you. And in the darkness there, for once, she does not feel alone. Soon enough, however, she bids you to depart. You shall leave those idiots of yours listless if you remain here for too long. Be gone already, and let me know if you have need of me. Very well. Let's consider who among these idiots is worth my limitless time. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Bertrude. The old Borgkrone then. He does have some potential, I should think. More so than most of those with whom you share that little residence. Then, let us bring her forth. Soon, Bertrude appears in heat of the summons. We sense that thou hast need of us. The abomination Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Crone. You answer to me here. How very eloquent. May your vast experience exceed your neck for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now, come. Oh, come on. Ah. Huh. A simple test, undeserving to be called a challenge. Ought to fail you for just gloating, crone. But these are not my rules, and your performance was sufficient. Thus, you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order, to you, and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Literacy has been forbidden in the Commonwealth for centuries after the invention of the stamping press led to the spread of forbidden ideas. Good riddance to that mouthy rife. Show us then that what trinkets you bestow upon us. Mercy's tale, but Virtue's blast passes through solid objects. Seek the demon scribe's favor. Join Tay on his pilgrimage to Soliamar. With some time to despair after having landed, you join Tay on the brief expedition to the monument of Soliamar. Thanks be to each of you, 8 scribes, for it is you who have united us together in this, your most sacred tradition. The path and the outcome are the same. Is that not so? But I need not ask, for I am sure of it. And so, I shall follow unflinchingly the path you have prepared for me. Soon, you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Soliamar has shown you favor. You shall soon begin your ascent, though there is time yet to pursue your vocation. Accept the blessing. Tay seems to be speaking to herself again. She is unaware of your presence, or shows no sign of it, at least. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kinds. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kinds. She is reciting passages from the Book of Rites, though, to your knowledge, she cannot read. Freedom to the worthy. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus, freedom to the worthy. Is that not so, O Saint Triesta? Is that not the conclusion which you form with your 7 most trusted friends? She pauses for a while, as though listening, and nods her head from time to time. Yes, I see. I see. I see. Well, I am ever grateful to you, Saint Triesta, for your guidance and your page and your presence. And I wish all of your friends safe passage there among the stars. It must be so very beautiful out there. With your wings you can fly freely, can't you, Saint? You can visit me at any time, come and go as you please, from the stars all the way here. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. I know, and yet, sometimes, I wish I was like you, or like Miss Pamita. But I know I am the way I am because I'm meant to be this way, and I know that you are always watching. So, thank you, Saint Triesta. Thank you, and your friends. She wanders out into the afternoon, leaving you there to consider her words. In the Commonwealth, her unwavering faith in the 8th scribe would have been seen as a delusion. Such prayer or communion was forbidden. The scribes were mythical figures, but even they worshipped the stars, and it was the stars that lighted the way for the founders of the Commonwealth, or so the leaders taught. Sounds like enlightenment. Something Falcon wrong values. Yeah. Temple High Road, Temple Assistant. Dario shall gain favor. Pampa shall gain favor. First, Dario should get favor. While traversing the solemn beauty of the way to the summit, they pass a monument to Yoma Marymane, and Jodario happened to take notice. I wonder if you scribes are listening at all, much less one such as I, who never held much faith in any of you. Perhaps I ought to have been more open-minded. I am not here to ask of you your favor, then, but to apologize. For I was certain your time long since passed, and I was wrong. Soon, you and she are finished paying your respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that your merry maid has shown you favor. In two presents. You and your companions arrive again at the Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone. Shall we, reader? The minstrel leads you towards his counterpart, who seems unsurprised to see you all approach. The exiles of the Nightwings. And you again, Pyre. Greetings, Celeste. Aye, we have returned. The stars shine darkly these past nights. Nothing more than the portent of your arrival, is it? Likely nothing more. Now, they are ready for you. Then, come forth, each of you, in turn. Please state your name and what is it that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Wait, you. She points to Bertrude. You are new amongst the group. You shall go first. Please do as she asks, Bertrude, madam. We are known throughout the downside as Big Bertrude. We follow Sandalwood, for we are fond of him. He led us into exile, and he shall lead us out. The gate guardian acknowledges her and motions for the rest of you to proceed. Everyone does so, as before, including you. Once you have all declared yourself, she regards you all for another moment and beckons towards the mountain's top. The 8 scribes greet them with Nightwing's welcome. Go forth with glory. Thank you, Celeste. Until the summit, Tariq. Hey, welcome back, you guys! You know, I guess this is a pretty decent spot for business. All of a sudden, because it used to be just real bad up here, you know? I'll be here and just wait, and sometimes it gets real cold, like I was telling you before, and stuff like that. So, anyway, you buying anything, or what? Portal Void, after getting buried. The bearer returns in a burst that draws in nearby adversaries. Sure. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Forage finding. I need to upgrade those salesmen. There is a simple pleasure to be found in foraging about this place. Easy for a cur to say, of course. Though barren looking to the naked eye, the downside has its share of semi-hidden treasures waiting to be found. It was a nose for treasure, after all, that withdrew us here. Certain types of artifacts found in this place would fetch us a reasonable sum in soul, whether because they share with inner light or due to other special properties. I've observed that stardust, freshly fallen from the heavens, sometimes glimmers in the afternoons. I have not found a use for it as yet, although because it brings me faith, perhaps I have indeed. Why not? Commence. Right. This one does not want to talk to me.
Instrusantis.
Nope. Okay.
Tujareberamtas.
Oh wait. There's more berries. Alright. Commence liberation rite. Here at the summit of Mount Aurelia, one among you may finally go free if you prevail. Again, you have reached a fall of sodium, where one among you can go free, provided you prevail against the chastity in the liberation rite. Reader, we would ask a moment of your time. We have to talk. As darkness falls, the minstrel and Wolfred pull you aside. We have some news that is, depending on how you look at it, potentially unfortunate. The lone minstrel directs your attention towards the night sky. The stars are fading. It is true, with the advent of the Titan stars, visibly fewer stars seem to be shining than ones you saw in the sky above. Yes, the stars themselves are vanishing. Why, I do not yet understand, but what it indicates is this: the rites are drawing to an inexorable end. The light of the stars. Without it, the rites will be unable to commence. Anyway, that is the bad news. The good news is there are a lot of stars to go. How many liberation rites remain, I do not know as yet. The arithmetic is complicated. An estimation of the number of stars, the rate at which they fade, the accelerating rate at which we are being summoned here. Anyway, I'll work it out as soon as possible. For now, I felt that you should be aware, you can inform the others in due time. At the moment though, they have this right to think about, and so do you. Look forth. As the stars above begin to shine, Wolfred's words begin to sink in. It seems you have a limited number of chances remaining to liberate your companions, including this one, now. Let's see, there's two left.
Dimlis Erzek. Congratulations, reader. It would appear the rites are drawing to a close. Doubtless the doing of that Orlek in all his bitter spite. For now, your exiles have another chance at freedom here upon the fall of Solium. So too do the chastity, your adversaries. They fought so very bravely for this moment. Whichever side prevails soon shall send one of its own into the warm embrace of civilization.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the chastity, come forth now, and declare yourself, and pay any respect you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Manly flourishes onto the ground and grabs his mouth with his spindly finger. Warmest salutations to you all upon this blessed eve. I am H. Manly Tinderstaff, and I must say that I am very moved to be a part of these proceedings. It shall be my humblest of privileges to return quite soon, I hope, unto the Commonwealth, where I shall dedicate myself in full toward the betterment of the society. I long to be a part of this glorious tradition, even when my freedom is rightfully restored. For is it not the case that exiles such as we are called upon to lead? How you govern in your Commonwealth is not our business here. Your intention shall mean nothing if you do not prevail in this right, merely to your staff. Oh, but I meant no offense at all. I shall serve well these rites, I promise. Why, I shall be sending many exiles here to the downside to replace me. I can think of quite a few who I think would benefit from experiencing this wonderful tradition for themselves. Then Nelly covers his face again. Now, as for you, Nightwings, make no attempt to undermine me here, and nothing shall befall you or your loved ones in the Commonwealth. Is it a deal? As for you, Nightwing, you bring darkness with you. What have you wrought upon the stars? Celeste, please. You do not know what is amiss here. The Nightwings have come only to see that the liberation is carried out. Indeed. Then make your choice, Nightwing. Who among you is to be anointed here?
Who shall return to glory?
Sorry, who? This guy got elected to Canada's House of Representatives recently. Who? I kind of don't really know anything about Judario yet. Kind of. Okay. Oh! You mean me? Then I get to go home? But the ex-Grabs, will they still want me to stay?
Who shall strive for her? Jodariel.
As you will, reader. Sure, let's get her out of here, then.
The choice is cast.
Now it begins! Do me this favor, if you please, and stand aside like a good sport there, I promise to reward you handsomely once I am free.
Commence!
Oh shit. Oh shit. Correct. Crap.
Tay flung the orb
Yes.
into the flame.
Whew.
'Twas flung right in.
Oh, what's this now? It seems to me the scraps so enjoy our company. The entertainment provide. They have disdained to reunite our pirates. Observe. Something stirs in the sky. If the heavens are to rain and reignite your pirates, then the right shall continue. One pirate or the other is put out. Oh, come on. That's just bullshit.
That manly Tinderstaff has such a mind for politics. Would very far. It seems the Nightwings are a bit ahead. Your pyre weakens.
Crap. Crap.
The Nightwings seem to be falling behind. Yes. The two triumvirates are neck and neck. I almost pity what transpired there. Her wings have served her true. Best not get overconfident, Nightwings. Tay's aim was true. What's more like that and we are finished here?
Ah, shit.
There it is.
Oh, come on. Ah,
All for naught. Glory to the scribes. 'Tis taken.
shit. Oh. Shit.
And there it
Woof.
is, at last. The Nightwings proved their worth. They surpassed their adversaries in the end. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
I was very stressed at the end as well. Why? This is another outrage! This is another outrage! Have you any idea what you've done? You ingrate! I can go home. I think this means I can go home. She shuts her eyes. By the scribes. By the scribes. But what will happen now? To you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? No. No, they say not yet. The scribes. They say not yet. Although, I think your time will come. Your time will come. And I will wait for you, because I don't have friends back home, at least. I didn't used to, so I want you to come join me there, okay? But now, the scribes are calling me, and so, goodbye. She falls into the swimming pool, and she is gone. Goodbye! And please, oh scribes, watch over them, okay? Tay earned back her freedom. Tay is set to return to the Commonwealth and leave the downside forever. May she return in glory.
Godspeed, moon-touched one. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while. Until the rites begin anew.
You prevail in the liberation against the chastity. Already does a black wagon feel quieter than usual without Tay, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. There was more I meant to say to her while she was still among us. Oh, cheer up already, Judaria. You wonder who, if anyone, among you shall be the next to go. Then, Wolfred asked the group together. You sense you know what the news he is about to share. Everyone. I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading, one by one, for reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we all may harbor our suspicions. See for yourself if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the ride, and now stunned into silence. If this phenomenon continues unabated, and we have every reason to believe it shall, then the ride shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising, confusion, fear. Before, I give you the impression that, should the Nightwings not prevail in the liberation rite, there will be other chances. This remains so. However, our chances are now numbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but, to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. You sense that your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to Moonlight Echo. We can discuss this further then. Now, please get some rest. Our path grows harder, though not insurmountable. Not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones, others return to their quarters, speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. Rodario. Sometime after the liberation rite, we find Rodario staring at the wagon's wall. Little brother, she would call it, reader. This wagon was one of that girl's only friends in this world, and now they are apart. She will be mournful by tomorrow, I should think. She lets out a sigh. The girl had nothing in the Commonwealth. Life in the downside is scarce worth living on most days, except for one such as she. I fear it may have served her better to remain within our care. Within my care. She trails off for a while. The orphans of the Volan veterans with whom I served on the Black Border. She reminded me a lot of them, in certain ways. They were each very strong, in their own right, and often wiser than suggested by their youth. Thus, I do not know the source of my concern. I trust Hay shall continue to survive. My hope, however, is that she achieves something more, that she should find a place in their society this time. Perhaps she shall be instrumental to this plan of ours, yet. What with a constant prattling about the scribes? Who can say? The people there may listen. Either way, we manage to see to her return. May those of us united in our cause continue to support each other here, as well as on the other side. Rodario nods at you in salute. Thank you, reader. Was well this night, and I shall see you in the morning's light. She retires for the evening. You sense that she is feeling better about Hay's prospects, having talked through her thoughts with you. Linda's Erzak. If this one is to be honest, he nary expected this high-minded friend, Luz Galorian, ever to raise arms, and yet, 'twas Galorian alone who toppled the Root Titan, which befouled the serenity of Waking Wood. Galorian, he brought to bear the might of his entire family on willful saps, contained within his ancient gnarled staff. Soon did the poisoned soil of limbless Arzak begin to dissipate. The Root Titan cried out a deafening last cry, and withered to a speck. The Arzak yet lives, a husk, a single foul steed, still rotting where once something mighty stood. Galorian, in his mercy, deigned that the surrounding woods ought to grow bold and strong, by cutting off the influence of Arzak, not by forgetting him. The Chastity. Those bearing the name the Chastity will all count themselves disciples of Luz Galorian, the 100 Minds, known firstly for its wisdom, but also cherished for its modesty, integrity, and kinship. Galorian's priority in forming a triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of the rights needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Galorian said. Thus, the Chastity are emissaries of the cycle. If they earn back their liberty, then they shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow. On kinship, each one of us within the 8, besides the him, would have perished in the downside had we not found each other, and together form our union. Here, in the downside, all are bound, but that which binds us here does have some latitude. We chose the bond of kinship. Our exile took precedence over our differences. The Empire, we have subjugated all our kind into a 10th alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There you may embrace your ancient cultures, which jointly forming a great culture all on its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our Commonwealth. I was beginning to wonder when you will return. Take care of yourself, reader. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at moonlight aglow and decide how to proceed. Anything here? No. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus, you and companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Wolfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodale. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Wolfred finds you off on your own. Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see. Wolfred indicates the sky, and through the snow, you see that he is right. Soon, all your companions are gathered. Wolfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine, for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who will oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles, Brighton, Arisa, and Orlac. Little Teasel was with them as well, still learning their ways. Brighton, a former exile of the Nightwings. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had the capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when we next earned our way into the liberation rite, Orlac was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Teasel stuffed the accuser's Pyre. Thus, Orlac earned his freedom. Oh boy. However, just as the Shimmer Pool was to engulf him, Arisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the Shimmer Pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presume Orlac perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Elodale, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempt to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, do not hold Arisa entirely at fault for what happened, for what transpired. I hold, instead, the Commonwealth responsible for it put us all in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rights can be partly to blame as well, for putting brother against brother, sister against sister. Wolfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlac yet lives, at the time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading, perhaps a signal from the Scrap themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The Scraps have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings are now planning all the help that they can get. And so I have made a decision which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings and reader, by your leave, I will conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Wilfred bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute him in return. Wilfred stands ready to conduct the rites again. They'll count him back to the ranks. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. The stars themselves await the will of the Nightwings. Choose your path towards salvation. Reader, my girl, as I now shall conduct the rest of the others, I implore you, please take over for me here. Scribe be with you. The stars are fading, you only have a handful of chances left to liberate your fellow exile. Right till next liberation. Only 2! Oh. Pyre hearts. The dissident. Oh, the Midnight Star. Your next adversary thought to be the accusers, led by the one called Lando, whom I believe you first met many moons ago. His is a tale I hope shall be forgotten. He then tells you what you know of your next adversary. Lando the Liar, the first adversary you confronted in the rites, not long after you took your first step on the path to freedom. A former constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for his strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lando discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect soon was exiled. Still, he denied the charges even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicious turned to Lando. It turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rites, having heard of all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself the de facto leader of the accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. At any rate, Lando shall be looking forward to our arrival, I expect. We may resume our journey come daybreak, but in the meantime, I would advise taking what rest you can. You bid the lone minstrel a good evening. At dawn you shall take flight again. Oh. Wolfrats. Said Professor Cassius. He was born on the 21st of 6th moon, suggesting he is contemplative and passionate. Crime publishing. He owned and operated a stamping press, using it to spread anti-Commonwealth propaganda. Insurrection. This record said he sought to undermine trust in Commonwealth doctrine and tradition. Survived for 9 years. Biography. By day, he was an unassuming history professor. By night, he operated a small but illegal stamping press of his own design, which he used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how a truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. When his underground press was at last discovered, it was publicly destroyed. Eventually, he, too, was found and cast down. On the downside, he was taken in by the Nightwings, who sought someone with his experience. Since then, he hatched a long-term plan to recruit like-minded individuals who might stand together to usher in a new age for the Commonwealth. Afterward, a list of terms which you may wish to know. As an exile of the downside, as a reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here, within this part of the book, is offered a summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and natural phenomena you shall encounter, either first-hand or in passing, on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is to prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves nor the existence of this book. Rites terms. Continue. It scribes. Things of misfortune, legendary Jobbik, genealogy of Scalorian. Triumvirates. Treasure skill, Foxstar, Bloomflower, Leering Maw, Empress Tear. Denizens of Sahar. Downside regions. Celestial landmarks. Greater Titan. Olden Stars. Pyre, Ymir, Deathless, Black Basin, Mount Alderdale. Switch of Souls, Spring of Ymir, Spring of Hawuk, Isle of Carimir, Glade of Lu, Fall of Sodium. Whoa.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
Whoa. You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow, the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. As the wagon scores above the skies above Waking Wood, you notice Wolfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within these woods for many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiment and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So, it means a lot now to be here, above that place, at last. Quite a view, wouldn't you say, my girl? Your flight takes you where you reach past Stormwall into the Deathless Tempest. With the climate in the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. Everywhere is snowy now. Powerful talisman. Search for valuables. You and Dario spend much of the rest of the day searching through the desolate sprawl of lick sand, and until at last you find something of value. An arid southern pass with the ominous cane of Haru. So named because exile curs residing here grew very, very thirsty. So it would seem, at least, as neither you nor Dario can tell exactly what it is, for the object lies beyond your grasp. You consider methods to retrieve it. Let's go for it. After toiling away together for some time, at last you find the object that you sought within your grasp. You and Dario take a moment to examine it. You found rafter fungus, something for your trouble. You found Dario seemingly deep in thought. You consider whether even to bother her. Your presence is not unwelcome, reader. Retain a moment, please. She stares at you for some time. Today marks the beginning of my 16th year in exile. You look back at her and remain silent. You sense that all that she wants from you right now is for you to listen. I have kept count, put notches in this breastplate of mine for each passing day. Notice how much it has frayed. 16 years, reader. The orphans whom I fostered would be long since fully grown. Some of them are likely gone. Many of them spoke of how they long to one day serve with me on the blood border. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if I still were captain, could I have protected them? Could I have made a difference? I think not. The Commonwealth and the hiring remnants, they have fought eternally. Those such as I have come and gone throughout the age. I catch myself feeling pity for my years, but then, had I remained there on the blood border, it is unlikely I would have lived to see this day. She looks at you again. Do you know why they cast me down? I was a decorated captain. They said I was the best. She closes her eyes for a moment before she continues. One day, it was a standard patrol, but I ran across a pack of harp fledglings, fully armed and preparing for a strike, but all on their own. Yeah, they were nothing for my regiment. We ensnared them all and took them in. A considerable price. They were not yet conditioned and could be made to talk. When the order came down that they were to be executed, I could not bring myself. The Commonwealth priding itself on mercy, committing such acts through one such as me, was unconscionable. Unconscionable. So I thought then, at least in my younger years, I let the damn birds go, made no claims as to the contrary, and turned myself in. I was cast down the following week, 16 years ago. Thus, my enemies had the last laugh in that exchange. If I were faced with the same choice again, today, I do not know for certain that I would have chosen just the same. Now then, I shall go and mark this occasion as I have always done. Be well, reader. She heads out of the wagon, alone. Oh, Dario. I guess years might act differently here in this world, but I don't know. Insubordination. She was born on the 23rd of 12th, with such a thing she is ambitious but also discontented. Insubordination, she disobeyed the direct order to execute enemy combatants of the hiring remnants. Insurrection, the record said that she showed flagrant disrespect for the proper chain of command. 16 years. She was a seasoned captive serving on the blood border, and she fostered the orphans of her fallen brothers and sisters. One day, she captured a flock of fledglings who had flown too close to the Commonwealth. When she was given the order to put them down, she refused, and thus was sentenced to exile. There, she survived on her own and gained her horns. Many years later, she encountered Headwind, whom she remembered as one of the children she had in her care. Aww. That's sweet, the fact that Headwind was one of them. Curry no Hau. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in his path. At first, you see no sign of whoever or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, some of you watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. But it's good running into you like this because I got for you a really special deal. You got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about them, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. Or just give us a lift, cause you're headed to the Cave of Harub, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodation, but it may have room enough for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifact he is transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. Fine, get in. So your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks and invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh, great. Thanks, guys. I'll just squeeze right in. He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Ron has joined you without him aboard, for now. After what felt like an interminable trip during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyway, thanks guys. I remember what I said. Those things I got here. You got dips on them. You get dips on them if you come visit me and Dad. That is, now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. That was 5 glory. Wow. Try not to think about it. Hey guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you one. And so, as promised, I got something really good in stock for you, right here. For this for dramatic effect, then, we use certain artifacts. Black Hoof, Black Heart, and Black Claw. They animate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys, you got first dips on this bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're going to go fast. You guys have a good day out there. Slug market. There are natives in this land with some capacity for thought and oddly keen instinct for the mercantile, suspicious creatures but not disagreeable entirely. From time to time we make exchange with them. They lust for coins, for the imperial soul. Though why, they do not say. We speculate it is a delicacy. It serves us little purpose here, which is their slug market wares are sometimes valuable. The creatures appear drawn to places where the heavens shine the brightest, perhaps because they know we are as well. What they want exactly is unclear. We taught them of our land, yet they remain preoccupied with simpler things. Commence the ride. Here, among the rocky pathways of the Careen of Haup, you await the signal of the stars. There is no sign yet of your expected adversaries, the accusers. Then, little imp Tizo flutters up to you. Tizo cautions you that he has some history with your next adversary, Lando. He seems to be indicating that Lando has a personal vendetta against him. But before I can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you.
Endriga, the widow. Reader, or should I say deceiver, for I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap. I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends.
We were never friends.
Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
Your companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries, the accusers. Little Ezo screeches something, cautioning you all to stay alert. But then, someone leaps from the shadows. He grabs at his mask. Aha! Caught out, you miserable beast! I knew it! After all this time, I knew that you were still among your rank. Tizo is angry to have stumbled into an apparent trap laid for him by Lando. Silence, fiend! You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now. And you, Nightwings, you shall not defy me thus again. Yeah, I know, right? I don't think we were ever friends. Yeah, Jojaro's just kind of doing her own thing. Kind of sad. Come then, my accusers, for we face again none other than the spawn of the accursed imp, Haup the Swallow. Let's show him now that he is a disgrace. Haup the Swallow, first of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Gracious or the Accursed, an aim of rare intellect, he showed compassion to Solia Myrrh after he fell into exile. Tizo whistles something angry back at him. Whatever transpired between him and Lando in the past, you know, Lando evidently has not let it go. Reader, my girl, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiment, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, and for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
Now then, Nightwings, I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to try and get a triumvirate together.
Choose now your band of traitors.
He was a well-fed young constable of the peace, bent on always making sure his suspects were found guilty once he took in a civilian on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts. The civilian was exiled when the artifacts were found in his home. Upon further investigation, suspicious turned to Lando. It turned out he planted the damning evidence, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon made contact with the accusers, who needed another, and found in him a capable new leader. Scorpius. Corruption. He fabricated evidence leading to the wrongful sentencing into exile of an innocent civilian. Just chill. He does not know any chill. Announcer dude does not know chill. Motive pride. The record said he refused to accept the idea that his initial suspicions were incorrect. 6 years. So I guess around 10 years you get the horns. Since like, I mean, he's been here for 6 and he doesn't have horns. And Jodara has been here for 16 and she has the horns. So I assume the average is about 10 years before you start getting your horns. Yet another stubborn Scorpio.
Wolfred.
Gotta stop.
Bertrude. Tiso. Ow.
All the adversaries are contemptuous. Indeed, we shall teach them to respect their elders. Nightwings, the wicked fiend you served in an affront, he denied my rightful freedom in my moment of triumph. I shall never forgive him, or any of you.
Commence. Alas for Lendo. A flame is stricken. The orb is up. Auras. Resplendent.
Huh.
Bertrude plunged into the adversary's pyre.
Hold still, you misbegotten little pox. We are not finished with you yet. Tiso utters at Lando a slew of the absolute worst of. Tiso utters at Lando a slew of the absolute worst in profanity. Your curses could not possibly affect me any further, you foul spawn, for you have taken everything from me already. But if I am to be trapped in this forsaken hole with you for the remainder of my days, then I shall see to it that yours shall be as doleful as my own.
That Lendl certainly enjoys a rousing speech, though talk means nothing in the rights. Poor Lendl, remember everything which you hold dear. An unimpressive thrust, but true.
Gosh, they're attacking Lando. Fuck.
'Twas a crushing blow against their pyre. Now end the ceremony.
Huh.
And it is done.
Man,
Nightwings
I
prevail.
just crush him.
Mayhap the scribes shall simply smite them down next time.
I should just crush.
The rite is complete.
Diesel's very pleased that he prevailed, but he has to make a quick exit this time. Blast! Where did he go? Where did he go? That in front of him is a monster in disguise, a fiend, come forth to torment me until the day I die. Leto storms off in a fit of anger. Diesel reappears when the coast is clear and expresses his gratitude again. What Lando said before, if Diesel truly is a descendant of Hope the Swallow, then he has quite a legacy to live up to.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. That Wilfred always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outing to the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Luz Galorian, legacies of old 100 mines, rites masteries enhancing accessibility to spawn saplings and protect its triumvirate. Wherever traveled Luz Galorian, he planted his roots and spread his wisdom to those who would listen. And Wolfram is vanished. His rites masteries enhancing its triumvirate's ability to preserve in the right. The words of 100 minds help his kin make peace with the merry mysteries and dangers they face. Thanks for 10. 5 hope.
Tis the wisdom of old 100 minds. Until the stars align.
Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after thwarting the accusers rather decisively and Wolfram approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my girl. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if we continue to prevail like that. Come, let's see whom we shall square against when the next stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Gaze in the darkness of your night. Seek now your destination. Blue the vernal star. Oh, it's already yet. I see it's time again to meet the Temperature and the Essence. You can make for the Isle of Kelmir, first light, my girl. Just recover through the night for now. It is too late to do much else. But I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. Oh boy, looks like the rites are ending, and we met Orlek, the guy who apparently used to be dead but is no longer dead. So that's gonna be fun. So yeah, next time on more Pyre, we're going to face Temeta again and see where that leads, and then after that is probably gonna be the next liberation rite. Powdered milk with hot water, the permanent. Oh, that sounds good. But yeah, so next time on more Pyre. Oh boy, so a lot of things happen in this one. It's just things are still heating up, and boy, just not sure. It's just a big cool boy in general. That's all I can say. But yeah, hearts to Dario. Happy 16. Yeah, in a sense. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this week. So next week we'll be back with more Pyre, as always. And yeah, so thanks for dropping by. Always appreciate it. And the event will be up on the channel as always after this, so feel free to leave a notification and stuff just to see. Ooh boy, yep. And stuff like that. Sorry, I'm like a little bit frazzled today, but yeah. Anyway, my voice wasn't very good today, I think, but I forgot to bring enough water with me, so my throat's really dry right now. Anyway, so thanks guys, always appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying this game still and stuff. Like, it's definitely going on a bit longer than I expected, probably because of all the reading I have to do. I did not expect it to drag on this long, but I think we should be ending in a few more streams, definitely before July. So, if I do need to do more, I'll probably have to do an extra stream where I can do it in order to make sure that I finish this game by July. Cause I am going overseas and stuff, which is always fun. So yeah, anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for dropping by, thanks for watching the stream, appreciate it, and I will see you next week with more Pyre. Alright guys, see you then. Goodbye!